Okay, well this may be the start of a Will It Run video. This is, I believe, a 1968 Ford F250. And brought it here from my father-in-law's house. And I don't believe it's ran in the last 20 or 25 years. The word is that it has a bad transmission, but he drove it home. So I'm kind of curious. I looked at the transmission fluid. It didn't look burnt or bad, and it looked like good transmission fluid. That doesn't mean he didn't change it after the fact. But so my goal is to at least get it running enough to see if the transmission will engage and it'll move. So that's the hope. But yeah, it's kind of, she's kind of ugly right now. Been sitting for a long time. So I think we'll start by replacing this flat here that popped off the bead when we put it on the trailer. I do have some stock Dodge wheels I'm hoping will fit on here to replace this one, so we can at least tow it over to the shop and get some work done on it. Excellent, thank you. Oh, that went down gently.
Told you, put a candy in front of a 2-year-old. It ain't happening.
Somebody jacked it up to the sky, so we had to bring her back down a bit so we don't have to hoist the tire up quite so high.
Come on.
That's all good. This is all for learning.
It's not going in straight.
Just gotta give her a try.
Well, I've given it like 5 tries.
Sometimes you need to go backwards a bit and then thread it on. Like do a quarter turn in the opposite direction,
yeah.
And then sometimes that'll straighten it out and allow you to thread it on.
Well, that didn't work. Oh, I got it.
You see if I can find me another one of these.
Another one of these trucks?
No, your mom would kill me. Another one of the wheels, so we have 4.
Oh, yeah, because you only have 3. Okay, they're on as tight as I can get them.
What are you doing with the breaker bar?
Well, putting them on there is the way.
Well, we're gonna use the impact driver. We're gonna do it the right way, the quick way.
Oh, that's what that's.
Yep. You're gonna make quick work of it. You're gonna do every other one. So yeah, you're gonna want to watch that socket, and when it's barely moving, that means it's getting tight, and you want to slow down to, or stop and go to the next. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, now go to the other ones. Since this is an even number of lug nuts, we're gonna go all the way around and then go to the next one and then go all the way around again.
And do all of them again?
And we will do all of them again, yeah. We're not really gonna torque them down. Normally we'd torque these with the torque wrench, but we're not gonna do that because we're not too concerned about it. This isn't gonna go on the road anytime soon. All right, we're done. All right, now she's ready to roll. We'll just probably put a little bit of air in the rest of the tires and tow it to the shop. All right, there we go. Well, it looks like it actually has air in the tire. We probably should have checked that first, but you know, this is just how we work sometimes. So she's got air in the tire. I think the others will at least roll, so we'll be able to get her to the shop and then put at least the other front one on probably, since these are so rotten. Gonna get this interior cleaned up a little bit so that I feel comfortable putting one of my boys in here to drive it as we tow it around to the front of the shop. But I can sanitize it a little bit. I don't think there's anywhere way we're getting rid of this smell. I wish I could describe it, but I just can't, and I wouldn't want anybody else to even think about what this smells like right now. Gee. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. That's some good shape there. A lot of mold. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's not a health hazard at all. Whew. She's a beaut. She'll be on the road in no time. All right, we got the trusty Dodge hooked up to the old Ford. We're gonna get her to move today. Roll around to the shop and see if we can get her to run. Get her cleaned up. So you want to give the brakes a test, see if we got breakage? All the way to the floor, just as suspected. She'd be fine. She'd be fine. All right, the Dodge has a good bumper. Let's see. How's it smell?
Terrible.
Terrible? Yeah. I would say just slightly worse than nauseating. So, all right, well, let's see how this goes. Probably should take her out of park. Why don't you go ahead and put your foot on the brake and move the shifter to neutral. Okay, there we go. Neutral. Go back to neutral and turn drive. Alright, right there. Alright, now we're in neutral. Should go better now. How was it? Did it handle like a dream?
No.
Living on the edge. That's what it's called, living on the edge. All right, now we can get her cleaned up and start tinkering with it. Okay, now that we got her moved up here, we're gonna start the pressure washing on it and get her all cleaned up and pretty. Get this 20 years of grime on it and move on to the next step. What I was gonna do here is remove this sending unit and take a look in the fuel tank on this thing and see what's inside, what's in store for us. See if it's worth trying to take out, drain, or bypass for now to try to get it running. But if it's already empty and doesn't look horrible, then I may just put some fuel in here and put a new fuel filter in it and see if I can get her to work. Pull fuel from here. Fuel tank literally looks dry as a bone, so I'm thinking that maybe we try to disconnect the lines going to the other tank and just use this one, because I think it is not that bad. So I think that's going to be the plan. Now we don't need to figure out which direction the switch goes to what tank, and you got the camera's not going right side up there. Anyway, so we don't have to worry about the switch and all that. We'll just see if we can get the fuel lines connected to this tank only if it's not too complex, and won't have to worry about a nasty gas tank, because inside of this one looks nice. I don't even know if it was getting used, so that's good news. Got her up by the shop where we'll get air to it easier and put some more wheels and tires on it. Actually, the rotors don't look bad, but he's got no brake pressure. She would need some work. There's probably a good chance the pistons are froze up. All right, got shiny new wheels, a clean truck, and tires that are less weather checked. But each tired wheel, I think, cost me 20 bucks each, so I just wanted something that it would roll on. Better than that was on there, though I still have one. Because I was only able to to buy 3 of them. The guy only had 3, so got one crappy tire, but at least we'll know out of the 3 that held air, if that one starts losing air, we've got other options. Okay, we're back to work on the Ford here. It's been a while, so we're gonna start by putting some Marvel Mystery Oil in the cylinders, letting that soak, and start on spark and fuel and all that good stuff. There she is in all her glory. I don't know if it's 360 or 390. One of the two. Gotta drop a battery in here and make sure we can get spark and all that good stuff. Looks like she might be a little dry. Alright, well, we got some work to do. Before we get any further, we're gonna go ahead and blow some of that crud out of the spark plug hole area. Take the ratchet off the extension and then you can just spin the extension. Moment of truth. Let's see what they look like. Focus. Focus very good, but it definitely wasn't running rich and no oil on it. If anything, it might be running a little lean or something like that. Alright, well, we loaded up this oil squirter here, this oiler, with Marvel Mystery Oil, since we weren't having luck with anything else, so we're going to use that to squirt some in there. That's good.
I only got 3 squirts in there.
This thing has a transmission cooler, camper tie downs. It's definitely used for hauling. Has stickers on it from what looks like a place in Mexico, so it could have seen some road miles. Does that one look about the same?
Yeah.
Still looks pretty clean. Pop the cap and see what we're looking at there. I can get to that clip on the back. Need a screwdriver to pop that off. There we go. Cap doesn't look too bad.
Oh. That could have been bad.
Rotor looks fine. I'll have to clean up the points a little bit. I think I do have a points file. I'll probably do that before buying new ones. What I've heard and seen, my experience, the ones you buy now aren't the best quality. So if you've got old ones that aren't totally shot, it's worth trying to save them. Alright, that should do. One in the back is not very fun. There we go. Screwdriver does the job. Nicholas is down there hooking up a ground so we can connect the battery. And put it in this beautiful battery tray. I like this little battery hold down. That's farmer's ingenuity at its best.
This is ground, so the negative, right?
Yep, the ground is negative. Yep.
Because it's leaving the battery through here.
Is it gonna reach? You may have to rotate that cable you put on there.
Oh, there we go. Fits perfectly.
All right, get her tightened down.
That 9/16.
That one's not. That one's half inch. For some reason, we've got two starter solenoids here. I don't know if they just wanted to relocate it and left the old one, or if there's another compelling reason, but that's interesting. Cool. I gotta take this air cleaner off. Grab a stool for those that are height challenged. Take that all the way off. Access to the carb there. Cobwebs in there. That's all good. Let me help you with that. Okay, go ahead. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and check the battery cable, make sure, see if it's tight on there. All right, that's good. That'll work. Decided to hook up my truck for a little more juice. Wanting to start, but it's getting spark. It just may not be good enough spark. Or we may not be turning it over fast enough too. That doesn't help any. Come on, baby. points were not really even opening. They were, looked like they weren't even hardly opening at all. So I gapped them to 16 thousandths, which on my first research looked right. So we'll see what happens. Closer, but you just have some work to do still. I think we're making some progress. We're gonna pull a plug and check for a spark at a plug and see what we got. Alright, so put it in the plug wire. Attach the plug wire to it. Okay. So go over and turn it over. Hit the button. She's wanting to fire right there. Oh. It's obviously getting spark.
Yeah.
And she spit some fuel out, so she's getting fuel. Or either that or it's the Marvel mystery oil we put in there. Something's happening. Alright, oh man. We're changing out the spark plugs now. The ones that were in there are nasty. I think that Marvel mystery oil did its job. We've tried starting it a few times after putting it in there just to get everything freed up, and I think it did break loose a bunch of crud because the plugs are far worse now than prior to putting that mystery oil in there. It looks pretty nasty, but we got her to fire a little bit with the bad plugs in there. Hopefully that'll kick some of the nasty stuff out of there. We put new plugs in, and we're going to try to get her running here within the next day or two. So since we're getting close, and we did get her to fire over a bit just by pouring fuel in the carburetor, I think she's getting close to be able to run. So we're going to put a new fuel filter in there. And then we're also going to bypass the fuel switch for the dual tanks, because the secondary tank has been removed. So we're gonna plumb a line directly from, there's the line coming from the engine bay, and gonna connect that directly with the line from the tank, which is right here, the tank that's behind the seat. So we're just gonna connect those right there. And the tank's clean. My father-in-law had drained the tank, luckily of fuel, so it looks super clean. And then with the new fuel filter in there, we'll put some fuel in the tank and see if it pulls from the tank. Hopefully that fuel pump works. If it does, I think she's gonna run. All right, out with the old, in with the new. A little bit of carb cleaner, and we've got ourselves a Craigslist carb rebuild. That's probably good. Going into a aluminum, you don't want to tighten things too much. That cast aluminum will strip the threads. Another challenge we have is the battery we've got here is definitely on its last leg, but I really didn't want to go out and drop $100 just to see if this thing will run. So we get it running, then I might put a battery in it. Now we're putting non-ethanol gas in this, just to make sure that if the ethanol, in case it sits, that the ethanol doesn't destroy our carburetor. We're also going to put a little Marvel mystery oil in there. Okay, we're going to put a little fuel directly in the carburetor and hopefully give her a head start. It's going to take a bit to pump that fuel up there, and the battery's a little on the low side. So let's see. All right, Nicholas, hit the starter switch. Okay, stop. Okay, go ahead. All right, hit the starter switch. Again. He's idling. Yeah, she's a little smoky. But she's running. There's some Marvel Mistral in there, and then all the crud we put in previously. I think she's running pretty good. Another moment of truth. Will it go into gear and move? Nothing. Nothing in drive, nothing in reverse. Oh, shoot, she moved. I wasn't expecting that. Linkages and see what's going on. She runs. Oh, well, we put 5 quarts of automatic transmission fluid in here to get it close to full. So it was really low on transmission fluid, and it seems to be moving when I put it in gear, so we're gonna give it a shot driving it. We'll see. I know it's gonna probably go. Stopping is not gonna be much of an option. The brakes are almost non-existent, so So that should be interesting, but hey, I think it's gonna run and move and hopefully all will go well. All right. Say a little prayer. Well, she runs. So this is where we're going to end this video. Our goal was to determine if this truck would run and drive. And so far it does both of those things. So now we can take it to the next step and start working on things like brakes and determining why it has low compression and why it's smoking. So we can start putting some more money into this and seeing where it goes. And we will continue to document it and hopefully post another video before too much longer. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.